Have you ever watched a trailer that made you stop, rewind, and ask, how did they even pull that off? One battle after another. Trailer 2 isn't just a showcase of action. It's a layered, carefully crafted piece of storytelling, packed with details that most viewers miss on the first watch. And the more you look, the deeper it gets. Let's start with something that may not be obvious at first glance. The actors didn't just learn lines and show up on set. What you're seeing on screen is the result of intense, back-breaking physical preparation. The lead cast spent nearly 4 months in full-time training before cameras even rolled. Not just for fitness, but for movement. Each actor was paired with a former military advisor and a stunt coordinator to nail everything from blade grips to calculated reloads. There's a scene at the 1:42 mark of the trailer. The main character blocks a strike with the flat of the blade, pivots into a back step, and disarms his opponent with a fluid wrist motion. That's not choreography made to look real. That's based on classical sword fighting techniques taught to the actors by weapons specialists. Even their breathing rhythms were coordinated during intense sequences to keep the accuracy grounded and believable. Then, there's the world they're fighting in. The trailer gives us a view into vast war zones. Many of the set pieces were built in practical locations, remote towns in Eastern Europe, some of which hadn't been inhabited in decades. The production crew retrofitted old structures and then layered in CGI enhancements. Behind the camera, things weren't always so epic. The production faced multiple budget delays. In fact, filming nearly shut down after the third week when one of the primary funding partners backed out. The entire second act had to be rewritten in a matter of days to meet the new constraints. Some characters were merged, locations were swapped, massive battle sequences had to be scaled down, only to be restored months later after a surprise investment from a European distribution company. What's wild is that some of the most iconic shots in Trailer 2, including the cliff ambush scene and the thunderlit duel, came out of those forced rewrites. Scenes that weren't even in the original script, proof that pressure doesn't just break, sometimes it creates. If the world of one battle after another feels oddly familiar, yet totally unique, that's no accident. The director and creative team pulled inspiration from a deep well of source material. Some of it's obvious: graphic novels, ancient battle epics, and war journals. But look closer. The visual language of the villain's fortress, the jagged edges, the layered defenses, is directly influenced by a real-world 13th century hill fortress found in Armenia. So when you watch One Battle After Another, Trailer 2, what you're seeing isn't just an action-packed preview. It's the surface layer of a production filled with craft, intention, and storytelling discipline. Every shot is deliberate. Every detail, from the way a soldier turns his blade to the way dust falls after an explosion, is the product of countless hours of behind-the-scenes effort. And the deeper you look, the more you'll see.